Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how you can put your testimonials on autopilot with HubSpot. So I will show you how to set up this workflow. I'm also going to show you a tool that you can use to put your testimonials themselves on autopilot, so automatically be able to add them to the website as well. And last but not least, we're also going to go over a couple of prompts that you can use for your testimonials. Let's get right into it. So right now I'm in HubSpot. And I'm going to show you how you can set up the workflow to automatically ask for testimonials at the right time. So what we're going to do is when we're in workflows here, we go to create workflow from scratch. And then we want to create a contact-based workflow. So we'll just start with a blank workflow here. I am going to give this a name. So let's say this is an external workflow. I always like to use these prefixes so I can easily see what a workflow does. So I have external for anything that sends out emails to clients or like people externally. I have internal for anything that might create a task internally or like send something out internally. And then I also have admin when it just is like copying some properties and stuff like that. So we'll call this external. And then I also like to give it a descriptive name. So let's say ask for a testimonial. All right, so we'll save that so that we know what this is about. And then we're going to set up the triggers. For this, we're going to go with when filter criteria is met. Now I'm using the new service object in HubSpot. I think this is still in beta, but it probably like at the time when you're watching this video, it could be that this is already live as well, but otherwise you have to sign up for the public beta to get this object. So I'm using the service object, and I'm going to say that whenever a contact has an associated service object that has a pipeline stage of closed, so that means when our services have finally been delivered, I want to enroll them in this workflow. Now, you might consider re-enrollment here. I'm not going to do this for now, but like if you like to ask for testimonials every time after you delivered your services to someone, you can turn on re-enrollment as well. So for now, I'm just going to save it like this. And then for the next step, I don't want to send it immediately. So I'm going to go for a delay of 1 day here. I also want to make sure that I'm sending out these emails during the business hours. So we're going to go to the settings, then timing, specific times, and we'll set this Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. So that makes sure that any steps in this workflow will only be executed during those times. So we're good there. We want to create a branch here. So we're going to go to branch, then we'll go for and or logic. And we want to branch depending on how happy a customer was with our services. The way that we know this is because we're sending out an NPS survey, so the Net Promoter Score, and this gives us a pretty good idea of how happy someone was with our services. So let's name the first branch here Happy Customer, and then the second one we'll name Follow-up Needed. So for the Happy Customer one, we're gonna go look at contact properties, and then we'll look at NPS, and we want to know the last NPS survey rating. So here we're going to say is any of 8, 9, or 10. We have pretty high standards, so it has to be at least an 8. Whenever that's the case, we have a happy customer, and it will go here. Whenever that's not the case, we need to follow up with this customer first before asking them for a testimonial. So when we do have a happy customer, it's going to be easy. We just are going to send them the email that we prepared, the request for testimonial. Here you can see the quick preview. I'm not going to read the entire thing. You can pause the video and read it, but this works pretty well for me. Going back to our workflow here, we're going to save this. It's going to be sent to the enrolled contact. After that, it's done. So this part of the branch is all set. But then for follow-up needed, instead of sending an email, we are going to create a task. We're going to name this follow-up with the first name of our contact here about their recent experience with us. Then in the notes, we can say something like, this person recently filled out NPS survey and gave us a score of, and then we can include that NPS score in here. No, we don't want the comment, we want the score. So we want that rating. This survey was filled out on. And then we also want to add the date in here so that we immediately in that task can see when that survey rating was given. Then we'll assign this with a high priority to the contact owner of that specific contact. We're going to save that. And that's basically everything that we need here for this automation. So anyone where the service has been completed, we first wait for a day, then we're going to look if we have a happy customer or not. If we have a happy customer, we'll just send them that testimonial or that request for a testimonial better. If it's not a happy customer, we'll schedule some follow-up with them. Now, next, I want to have a look at the system that I'm using for these testimonials, because this system also makes it really easy for me to gather these testimonials, and you will also see exactly what it looks like when somebody clicks on that link within the email that we just set up. So let's go to the tool here, and it's called Senja. So this is the tool that I'm using to gather these testimonials. Here you can see I have this testimonial set up, and when I click on edit, we'll be able to see a preview of what this actually looks like. I can also fully customize this, so this makes it really easy to make sure that this is really on par with your branding. So for me, this is the branding that I'm using. They'll have the option to either record a video or write a testimonial. Let's go for write a testimonial now. And here we can also see I've added a couple of prompts. These are ones that work well for us. So for example, what challenge was your business facing? What did you like most about working with me? Would you recommend me to a colleague? What was the most valuable aspect of my service? How would you describe my approach and communication style? And what sets my services apart from others you've used? I feel like all of these are pretty good prompts that work well for me, but it might be that for your use case, you want to use a different kind of prompt. But I'll also show you how Senja has a couple of examples that we can also use. So here you can see like we can customize everything here. You can add a thank you page, you can add a thank you video. This is fairly new, so I haven't recorded one yet. Might do this in the future. Here you can also see the welcome page. We can change all of the text on here. We can record a welcome video as well. We have the response page where we can add those prompts. I won't go over like everything here, but there's definitely like a decent amount of options that we have to add here. Also quickly show you the mobile version. So whenever somebody's looking at this on mobile, it will look like this. All right, so then when we go back here to the forms, you can see it already has a library of testimonial questions. So when we go to this library, you can see they split this up based on what kind of business you're in. So for example, let's say you have a course that you're selling, then you have these questions that you can ask people. They already added some example responses to give you an idea of like what you would get based on those prompts. And I feel this is a pretty good way to get started with your testimonials, gathering these testimonials. And then once you have all of this set up, you can also easily add these testimonials to your website. So for example, here you see all of the different testimonials. You can have, like, for example, you can have a wall of love. They have a bunch of different designs here that you can use. So you just pick the ones that you like. Once you have those, you can easily embed these on your website. And as soon as it's embedded on your website, or maybe you need to give it to your developer to get it implemented there. But once it's there, it's really easy for you to just manage everything from Senja, and you get a new testimonial. You will see them coming in here, and you can just approve the testimonial and it will be shown on your website, for example. With that being said, we also got to the end of this video. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will also love this video, which is about my ultimate guide for HubSpot workflows. So definitely go watch that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.